Hello, hello. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to take a look at this lovely, lovely situation we have here today. Um, wow, yeah. So we're gonna get right into it. I think that's probably the best way. At this point, so we're gonna go get started. Hope you're all having a great October and you're all getting ready for the creepy time of Halloween. Yes, that's special time of year and a special time for this situation. That's for sure. So let's get started here. As a few of you have seen, probably more than a few, I made this meme about a certain individual and posted it on my Instagram not all that long ago. And I've received some interesting reactions, but we're here to tell you the whole story today. And it's a story. It's a long time coming, and spans over a decade. So, without further ado, let's get started. This all started about December of last year. Um, when I was talking to my wifey, Brandy, who goes by the name of various incarnations of murder. And I was looking through her pictures, right? And I found this, and I was wondering why she would do something like this. Um, it's kind of strange, because obviously somebody's you know accusing her of being fake, or of some accusing her of something. Let's put it that way. So I got to talking to her, and I found this also in her screenshots. Now this is about this whole situation is about a user that her name is Krissy, Kristen Victoria, Kiwi Star, Krissy Ice, Krissy Dior, whatever. Any now it's like Pierce Poppet or something, Ink Ballerina, all these names over the years, whatever. But like, so I found this in her screenshots, and it's basically of her Facebook. It's a Facebook Messenger screenshot, and basically what she's saying here is that she couldn't handle whatever was being thrown her way. That's how she acts, and as you can see that the common theme here with Krissy is going to be that everybody's jealous of Krissy, and so and then now I look at the bottom of this screenshot, and she's telling her that she's a behemoth. Now that part is enough to trigger somebody, because I don't know about you, but I don't think that's a behemoth. So whatever. And then we go back, and but the part that hits me about this is that I've known her since she joined Lost Cherry, and so you know she always swore up and down that she was so nice and so kind and lighthearted and understanding, and would never body shame anyone or do any of that stuff. Very zen person, and when you start to see, and I've heard contrary things, and I've honestly for a long time I disregarded those things. Like, oh, you're just, she's just being Krissy, crazy Krissy, or whatever else. But when to see her words like this, and to actually use the word behemoth, and it kind of lends some credibility to all those people over the years that have said things like that. So that's duly infuriating, because you're trying to come at me as a friend for 12 years, and trying to tell me that you don't do these things, and then come to find out that you do it here. And that kind of opens up the situation to where, well, how many other people did you really do it to then? That means you've been lying to me for over a decade. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm the last person on that site that you should be lying to for a decade. It's probably not a good move, and that's why we're here. So we'll move on to the next one, and you can see the last part of that, like jealous of her. Everybody's jealous of Krissy, and then once again the lovely body shaming term. And the best part of this is, you're gonna see a lot of this as we go forward. Is that karma will bite you in the ass, you evil cunt. Yeah. Well, guess what? The karma is coming home, but it's not exactly it's not exactly her ass it's biting, Krissy. So the karma's here. The karma's today, and we're gonna outline it pretty good. So that led to me messaging her. Now all these screenshots are gonna be uploaded, so you can actually view them if at your leisure. On I'm thinking about Tumblr, but I'll put the link in the description when I actually get it completed. This is my message to her, and basically, me telling her off, telling her she was a liar, telling her, all the stuff that, all these things that I've listed here, these things she did. You people don't see it. You people don't know. She deletes it every few times, every few years, and in her mind, if she deletes it, it goes away. There's really nobody left on there that would remember any kind of a vivid detail of her. So that's why I'm here, and that's probably why she shouldn't have done what she did. So as you'll go through these, now I sent this message to her shortly after discovering the previous screenshots. So it was pretty long. You can read them at your leisure, but basically it's me. There's so much that, I could be here for hours just on this entire situation, but this is just the message that I sent her before she says it never happened, because that's what she does. And so now after I send this message, and after I hit her up and say, did you really say these things, in shoutbox? And yeah, it's like 10 to 12 years of lying, and excuse me, and it just it's all of her things, and so this was right after she made a Facebook Live video, basically looking into the window of her apartment, or her old apartment, or whatever, crying. But let me tell you something. That's when the intro came from. Is if you're crying in a video and it's real, why is your camera pointing out the window? Why is your camera doing that? So, obviously this in and of itself is just, what my personal, message was. You can see the date. This was actually late November of last year. So then this transpired, and then she starts going on to the status, and she did admit to saying that, so I guess that's to her credit. I ain't gonna lie about it. We got screenshots of that. And then she misconstrued a statement that Randy had told her about her kid, like something about looking like a homeless person or whatever. But she says, and we'll say that, she said that she wouldn't let my kid go out looking like a homeless person either. So she proceeded to lose her shit, and so then she admits it, again, she called her fat. How you gonna promote body positivity and be a fitness role model, whatever crap she's trying to sell this week, to start blasting people publicly about being fat and calling them behemoths and who knows what else, that's crazy. So then, of course, of course I'm gonna threaten somebody. That's what I do. That's not a newsflash. So we're talking about bringing up her past. Yes, well, yeah, we got some of that too coming up. So anything, of course, we say about her now only proves how much she's grown. She grows all right. She goes into a new person every 6 minutes. So it's hard to keep track, but we've been keeping track, so you'll see. So then this screenshot is from an older member who's no longer with us on the Foo. I sent her a copy of the message to, that I sent to her. And in this screenshot, she says that, she called people ogres and, all this other stuff. She called this woman out actually for, I think having braces or something along those lines. And, yeah, she statused about that too. Like, this is going back a long time, but, of course, nobody thought to screenshot this because, it's just Krissy. It's just Krissy. And, well, it's gotten to the point where we can't just say that anymore. Her cruelty to others and there's more of it. There's a lot more of it coming up. So, yeah. And this will be another theme where it says you can shit on people and expect them to say, "Oh, it's cool." She'll forever be apologizing to people, and when she says her piece, regardless of what you actually say, it's cool now. I apologize, so it's all over. That's not how any of this works. So you'll find out. I came back to this once it started blowing up at the end of last year. Another person says that, this is what I say, that she's been a liar for 10 years. Insults people in public, insults people in private, I'm sorry, that preaches no hate, love, and all that in public, And of course, she's, attacking other people for their political beliefs. If you remember, she was I wish somebody had that boy, but she was a Queen Trump girl. So, and then, but, claimed to be an animal rights activist, but buy these, exotic purses or whatever that are made of animals. That's just ignorant. So, this was from then as well. And then after this, she went actually into my family and people that I talked to and decided that she was going to contact them, whether or not they were here or not, whether or not I was actually personally involved with some of them, and, she just hits people up and says, hope we're cool, I want you to be on my side because there's a lot of bad things going around about me, so this was accumulation of that. This is where, Wiki says that she was hit up, I know a lot of people in today's FUBAR don't, they don't like speaking out, and that's understandable because, there's different rules there now, it's not like it was, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You run the high risk of getting all kinds of bad things happening to you, from being locked, your status is taken away, So that's why they're afraid. People are afraid to, they've put a lot of time, effort, money into their profiles, and they don't want to lose it because of what they say. So that's why you don't get a lot of the people speaking out anymore, like you would a long time ago. But yeah, and she didn't know anything. And you'll see more of this too. That she'll just randomly hit people up and dump some random story into it and say, "I'm just saying," But she's good for that. And this was the blog that I posted back in December 13th of 2017. And in the blog was actually our story. This blog is actually still on Foo, and the link will be in the description as well. And yeah, sorry. And this is where I described the tale up until that point. I described where she lied. I described what led all up to it. Of course, you can't use the names of people. So, and this story is out there on the blog also. The link is also in the description should you wish to view it. And this again is somebody else, the Aaron girl, telling me that 5 different people she's hit up already. If you get into a fight with somebody, and all they do is try to contact people around you, and people in your family, or people on Foo, or on Instagram, or wherever else, that's a guilty fucking person. Like, you know, that's a guilty person. They're trying to cover their own tracks because they know they're guilty. But as you'll see in the upcoming slides, and because there's 8 parts to this, and this was part 1, and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see more of this. But this is how it all started. This is actually the truth of how it started. People can make up and say whatever they want, but this is the truth, and we're going to get to the rest of it shortly. This is the end of part 1, and we will be moving forward with part 2 here shortly. Thank you once again for stopping by.